Hey, welcome to today's daily sprint. We're talking about increasing our purpose, passion, and meaning. And today we're talking about increasing our sales by being authentic. So I had a great conversation with a buddy of mine. And I was like, he's like, hey, how's it going? How you getting new businesses into the system? And I'm like, I'm so frustrated. I want to say these things, to people out of a good heart and speak some truth. And he's like, why don't you? What's the matter with you? I'm like, well, it just seems so self-serving, It's like, hey, you have these problems, pay me and I'll help you solve these problems. It just seems like so self-serving, And he goes, whoa, back up. So he asked me 4 questions that I'm going to pose to you if you ever struggle with this. Like, do you ever struggle with that? Like selling your service? And you're like, I don't want to really push it because then it just sounds so self-serving. So we kind of put on our kit gloves and dance around and buy the petunias and whatnot. Okay. So this is what he asked me, and this really, really helped. I'm a bull now. Back to my bull self, saying what's on my mind. Number 1, he goes, do you believe wholeheartedly in what you're doing? And I have 1 billion %. Our system, our process, it works. Nobody else does what we do. It is proven. As a matter of fact, I look on my desk, I have names like Free to Be You Nutrition, New Age Nutrition, Julie Laporta, Fit by Design, Thomas Hilton, Alexis Laurie. I have names on my sticky notes on my desk of people that are my why. People that are killing it using this system. My belief is sound. He's like, okay, good. Belief is sound. All right. He said, would you pay for your system? I go, Bud, I paid $250,000 a year, not a year. I paid $250,000 I got a loan from a loan shark to open my gyms. Okay, I've got everything I have into this system. I would pay 50 times, literally 50 times more, no joke, than I'm charging other people for my system. He's like, okay, all right, so you see the value, the belief is there, all right. And then he was kind of confused. He's like, well, are you showing up? I mean, are you showing up for your people? I go, dude, nobody shows up better than I do. I show up. I'm constantly improving, constantly going to seminars, constantly reading, plugging into people like you, having these conversations. Yes, I'm showing up. And finally, he kind of was like perplexed. And he said, well, would you be showing up harder or less hard if they paid someone else? I'm like, probably less hard. I mean, they're paying someone else, that person can show up for them, but nobody else is doing what we do. It's like, okay, well, would you care as much if they were paying somebody else? And it's like, well, no, they would be doing business with someone else. I probably would not care as much for their success, although I definitely do want all people to be successful. So finally, he said, well, then it leaves nothing else than this. And he goes, do you not feel you deserve to get paid for what you do? I was like, whoa. And I'm like, yes, I do. And so do you. So I will challenge you like I was challenged. Do you believe in your product, your service, what it is that you're selling wholeheartedly? Do you pay for it? Or would you pay for it? Do you see the value? Do you show up relentlessly for your people? In other words, do you do what you say you're going to do? If you say, hey, I'm going to provide X, Y, Z, do you provide X, Y, Z? And then lastly, do you or do you not feel that you deserve to be compensated for those things? Hopefully this helps break you free so that when you get on the sales call, you can speak with belief, with authenticity, with realness. Because I think that I think I've been missing sales because the kit gloves are on and I'm just dancing around, don't want to offend no one, don't want to come off pushy, don't want to come off self-serving, don't want to come off salesy. And I think that their BS meter is going off. They're like, something isn't right about this guy. Something's not right here. So they're putting up kind of like, I don't know. Something isn't right. They don't know what it is. It's all subconscious. Well, what it is I'm not pushing. I'm not being my real self. I'm not being the bull that I was created to be. I'm not selling my belief. I'm not selling that, dude, I would pay 10 times, 50 times more than this. I'm not selling, I will show up for you when you show up. I'm not selling that, hey, I deserve your investment in this because it's going to do so much more for you than it is for me. So those 4 things, hopefully this resonates. Would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. You have a great growth-driven rest of your day.